Hey, yeah, I didn't know if I thought I was gonna have to renege, and I'm just gonna wait till some people get on. I'm just waiting. Um, yeah. Hey guys, thank you for joining. Hi, I'm just gonna wait. Whoa, whoa, it's going fast. Hey guys. Okay. Wow, I got a lot of requests, but I'm waiting for my daughter. So, um, Kimmy, I think you could just send a request. Just yeah, you could send. It should say something. Yeah, she doesn't do. Hey, boy. Hi, guys. I can't. Hey, Lisa. My baby mama's on too. We're gonna talk about her book. Hey, sire. Um. Wow. Mm. Yeah, man. It's heavy. I'm still like, even though you're there, it's like you were there. You know what happened. It's and you went through it. It's still like seeing it back is really. Oh, here she is. My daughter's coming on. Um, just wanted to kind of chop it up and, hey Keish. She should hey Kimmy.
Hola.
Hola, it's 185 people on live right now. This is my daughter, Kemi. And yeah, hi everybody. I can't see everybody. We're gonna be talking a little bit. And I called to see if she was all right. Like, cause like how you doing? And we decided to come on because we weren't sure if we were gonna want to come, right, Kim? Like she was like, "You want to do it today?"
I might need to process this.
Exactly. Yeah, man. Um, yeah. I mean, hey Kitty. We we've been doing the work for a while, and the journey, of course, um we started a while ago, like talking, and when I started my own journey of healing and sobriety and stuff like that, and kind of things were coming to me, and we started talking. I think I'm gonna let Kimmy talk a little bit if she wants to. So this was just kind of like a what I would call hmm, a great opportunity and a different ride, like using a different vehicle to I think cut down some bush, or using a different tool to cut down some bushes to clear the way a little bit. What you think, Kimmy?
Yes, I think it was good because there was like a mediator in a sense to kind of like help, you know, just that direct the conversation and stuff, and um, that's always helpful. I mean, I think we've had conversations in the past, but it's always good to have like the extra push.
Right. And support, actually, yeah, because there was, the truth for me, that was what I really came away with more than anything, was the truth of understanding that I wasn't ready for a child, and that was really hard for me. I had never even thought of it like that. Like, yeah, that thought
Mm,
crossed my mind, but like the way she made me, stand in it and really acknowledge it and speak it was like
mm,
life altering for me. You know what I'm saying? Like it really changed like the trajectory of how I was able to process and continue to forgive myself. You know what I'm saying? And kind of that was hard. Like I was like, yo, I was like, oh shit. Like wow, that yeah.
mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I think it's that first what you first told me. I didn't know about that story until I was pregnant with Caleb. I don't know if you remember, but right
Mhm.
after I found out I was pregnant with Caleb, we went to the beach and you
Yeah.
told me the story about you being at the abortion clinic
Hmm.
and with the pee spilling and everything. And like when you
That's
when you first when you first told me, I was like, okay, like because I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know that you were, I didn't know that you were going to abort, like you were in the clinic and everything, So I
yeah.
was like, wow. And then, but it wasn't until like a couple months later, after I had no, like probably a year later, I think I had Vanya by then, and like
Hmm.
I just broke down when I realized that. Like I
Mm-hmm.
was like, that's what I've been carrying. Because you know how, like, you don't, when you're young, you can't really process everything. You don't
Right.
really understand what's going on and why and
Of
stuff. And
course.
so when and it was also because I had done some these something with my church that kind of helped me understand that, to understand too, that I felt unwanted like growing up, and then
Right.
seeing the stuff
Right.
that was the root, seeing that at like at conception, or not at conception, but like even
In
from
the
like when I
be
was
in the
still
womb.
inside of
Mm-hmm.
you,
Mm-hmm.
right? So it's like, so just like realizing like the spiritual implications of that, like I was like, wow, Lord, like, yeah, I just realized I needed healing for that, because it was just like, I just remember like sobbing, and my husband was, consoling me. But um so that was like the first time I really came to terms with that. And I think since then, like, it's, I it's I yeah, like, I don't take it personal, because I feel like every mom, has, it's always going to be some type of emotion, like you're happy, you're having a baby, but then there's nerves, and it's just it can
I
be
mean, that was just,
confusing,
it was a little
especially,
different for me based on like the experiences that I had up until that time and what I
right,
was, what I was devoid of, what I was lacking emotionally. And like, when I decided, like, when I felt like, oh, I'm supposed to have this child. Um, Once I, made that decision, it was like, there was another thing about feeling like me and you against the world. I remember crying like it's gonna be us, and it's good, and that's a lot of energy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
yeah,
So it kind of already started out, even with me not being ready and being in a place where I was going to terminate, and then going from that to deciding to have the child, because it wasn't you to me yet, but and decided to have the baby. And then while you're in my tummy, it's like all of this is, it's just us, and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do this very it was just emotionally all over the place. And
yeah,
so it started out like that. And so when we're gestating and when we're in our mother's womb, we are, all of that stuff that the mom is going through, we're getting, you know what I'm saying, you get.
right, right.
um I just Lisa's on, she's watching.
Hi, Lisa.
I'm not. Oh, that's weird, because I can see my whole entire self. My bad, y'all.
Lisa.
um can they see me now? The phone, I did. Now I'm looking at my own. I don't see my. It looks like my half of my mouth. That's weird.
Yeah, I
Look,
see
look at my
half.
look at my view. I know, but look at my view. You see? All right. I'm sorry, guys. So, yeah, Lisa's on. Who I
That's my
affectionately call my baby
stepmom.
mama. Huh?
No, just saying that that's my stepmom. So everybody knows, I guess. So
She
yeah.
has a new book coming, a book out called Parenting Through Broken Pieces. Um, yeah. Okay, hold on. Let me get it right, because I can't focus. Is this good? Look, y'all just gotta see my double chin. So, it's not that deep. Can y'all see me? Can I be seen? Can I be seen? Y'all can see
I
me?
see you.
That is crazy.
I can see you. Fine.
This is uncomfortable. Okay, mm-mm. All right. So anyway, she's sorry guys. I'm getting direction because I can't tell what I look like. It's not reading real. It looks like you can see my whole face, but you can't. Anyway, I am
Yeah.
Lisa Rojas. She, go follow at Parenting. Is it From Broken Pieces? Parenting from Broken
From
Pieces.
from Broken
From, right?
Pieces.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
I believe
It's an
so.
amazing like reference book. It's uh Isabel sharing her own journey into parenthood and dealing with her own stuff. It's really honest, and I was honored to be asked to write the foreword, and it's awesome. And I think very just on time. I just can't believe like where we, where we all are. So
Mm.
definitely support indie publish literature and self-help. It's awesome. And yeah, I just, I wanted to come on and yeah, we wanted to come on and just kind of like just talk. Like I'm
Yeah.
trying to see if there's any questions. It wasn't about like doing great. Thank you for everyone that watched it and felt, that they got something for it. That's the point. I think, standing in our truth and sharing it is what we were called to do. And that's why we made the
Mm.
decision to do it. And I just want to say to you, my daughter, that I am proud of your transparency and your courage and your willingness to, begin your healing for yourself and then and allow me, and to help us rebuild and fortify our connection and, just build again from, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Definitely. Yeah. I'm
that's
happy we
like a
did it.
big deal. Huh?
Yeah, I said I'm happy that we did it. Um, I mean, don't yeah. Now it's just continuing the process.
It was just like really important because even before um, your children were here, even before Kimmy's kids were here, I knew that I didn't want my grandchildren to come into I wanted to stop the generational pathology. I really that was important to me. That was one of the driving forces. It was not to die on my child or completely abandon her emotionally and just kind of check out, and like I just didn't want to do that. I know what that felt like. And it's just amazing how you know what it feels like, and then although you don't really think you are, you do the same thing. Like you don't I didn't in the moment, like in it, I didn't feel like I was doing that. Like I knew I was like,
Mm.
I'm away, I'm working, and then when I wasn't working, I was still like not present. But I saw myself in such a different light. It was so askew based on like what I was, dealing with, what I was shut down to. And it's painful to see the pain that that it caused you. It was painful to watch, but I'm glad to hear, but that's what I wanted. I wanted to hear it. I needed to hear it, and I wanted you to say it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I think I just lost my train of thought, but yeah, I'm just sorry. I'm just like, I don't know. I'm just happy that I know that it didn't hit me. Sorry, that's what I was. It didn't hit me like like I said when I was like when I was younger, like not from
Hmm.
9 to 13.
Hmm.
Um, I didn't really see it that way. Like I guess it was more so just confusion. Like I didn't
Hmm.
really understand what the breakdown was. Like I didn't really understand what was like why I was feeling the way I was feeling, you know?
Right.
And it wasn't until like my teen years that everything like started to hit me. Like I'm like, wait, like I don't know my mom. Like and this is
Right.
a weird relationship and like
Right.
I don't get like she and I was just starting to see things for what they were. Like I just was
Yeah.
realizing like yeah, like it was just I don't know. And I guess it was also because of like the moving around and stuff. And that's really when I think like most of the anger was there, like during my early teen years. Um, and it was hard, yeah, because I didn't have. I guess I didn't really have like I didn't feel like I had anyone to like to share that with or who would
Hmm.
understand. And yeah, but
And Paul, my heart weeps for you, like that. My heart weeps for you there. Like that is what, like, if I had to say that something that breaks my heart that I broke your heart, and that breaks my heart that you felt alone, because I know what that feels like. I know what that feels like, and it angers me and it hurts to know that that what how I parented or my lack of being able to, be emotionally available affected you. And
And two, I'm sorry. Do you?
no,
No,
I'm
you
good.
go.
Mhm.
No, and then too, like I also struggle with as like getting older, like, oh, it's not that bad. Like, so many people go through worse things, and
Mm.
you know, eh, like stuff like that. And it's like,
Mhm.
but
It's-
it was evident in how it was just so evident, pretty much in just some of the stuff that I was facing in my as I was becoming an adult. Like,
Mhm.
okay, like this was trauma, and it did affect me,
Mhm.
like, right to my core. So,
Yeah.
just kind of like being okay with that, because I think I try to, and Ayala picked up on that. I think a lot. I'm a thinker, and I think that
Me
was
too.
my,
I
and it
hear.
still is my coping, my way to cope.
Mhm.
Like I
Mhm.
try to make sense of things and be logical. I'm like, well, she was going through a lot at the time, and
Negating your own pain, like you're making it okay, and it's
yeah,
not. It's not. It's your truth is your
yeah,
truth, and that's the biggest thing that I was hoping for us to both get is the truth, like our truth, and say it and stand in it and walk in it. And there are no levels. Everybody feels pain. Nobody's pain is greater than the other. It's just
yeah,
yours, and it matters. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And that's it. You,
Mhm.
you can't, like, we can't compare pain like we can't compare ourselves. We're all unique and different, and when trying to compare pain is ridiculous, quite honestly. And you just have
Right.
to. It's okay because that was your truth. That is what it is. You
Mhm.
don't record, like, you were in pain. You had pain walls, and your coping mechanism, just like mine, was to go here and justify it because, well, it didn't have to be, it could be worse. And yeah, it could be worse. But even
That's what.
even what we experienced was enough to
Yeah.
rock us. You know what I'm saying? And then
Mhm.
create this. I'm just very, very grateful that I'm able to talk to you, that we're even in a space to even to be able to talk and get to know one another, because that could be very different too.
Yeah.
And that I get to have a relationship with your children, with my grandbabies. Look, my grandbabies. I get to have a relationship with them, and get to see you and have a relationship with your husband, my son. I got a son out the deal.
Mhm.
This is an amazing thing, and so I'm glad we did it, and I'm glad. I know what my call, to be open and transparent, I guess is real, man. Like, clearly, I just think because I felt so lonely as a child growing up, that I really want people to know they're not alone going through stuff, and that is you can heal. You can, if you're willing to do some real hard work, because it's hard. It's hard. It's
Yeah.
hard. It really is, and it's nonstop. It does level out, but it's a constant. And
Yeah.
I think you have from my experience, the big things, I have, I've uncovered and I'm dealing with and actively healing. And so, that's changing me, and I encourage you to just continue to find your voice, use it, and be the incredible young woman you are. That's it, because you are. We all are special and amazing. We gotta tap into it and believe it, and work and walk in that. And it's not always easy, but it's definitely doable.
Yeah, definitely. I just saw a comment by
What?
Liv. It said, I kind of felt like Ayama was especially hard on Akemi and almost put thoughts in her head. Am I wrong? How did you feel about it, Akemi? Um, it's funny because when I was there, it actually felt worse than it looked on TV now. Now that I see it, I'm like, okay, it wasn't that bad. Um, but but I don't think she put thoughts in my head necessarily. I mean, there were certain parts that I guess, like when I called you a selfish bitch, you know, I wouldn't have used those words necessarily. I
Hmm.
just felt like, yeah, you were selfish, but I wouldn't call you a selfish bitch. So I kind of
But quite honestly,
was
like
like,
real
oh,
talk can be like real. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Kimmy, I
I'm
know
trying to
you.
use my voice. No, I'm kidding.
Sorry. My bad.
No, no, no,
There we go. See?
no, but no, yeah, no. I mean, I guess yeah, maybe I don't know. But that honestly, even when I was younger, that never really was a thought. Maybe okay, like I said, maybe in my teen years for like a hot second, but like no, seriously. But especially now that I've matured and stuff, like I don't. That's not. You know, that's not. Yeah, like that's. I wouldn't have said that. But I don't think she was putting thoughts in my head necessarily. You know, it was an adjustment because like Yana does have a strong personality. So I kind of felt like, and I was just telling my mom that I kind of, you know, I felt like I was a little guarded and stuff. But it wasn't too bad.
Well, it's easy for somebody. See, this the thing. It's easy for somebody to put words in our mouth when we don't use our voice.
So yeah,
So
yeah,
that's a. I've learned that. So that if that's not acceptable for us to let people do.
right, right, right. Yeah, and and I was really trying hard to, you know,
You
to
did great. You
say
did.
how I feel.
You did. That was
Yeah.
so like when I watched that. That was like that was just that was like the best thing for me because even in the having to own it and hear it, I wanted to hear that. I wanted to hear that, and I wanted you to say it. Like I can't say I knew. I knew I was there. As I remember in my recall, in my healing, in my work, those things I remember. I remember how I probably like not probably how I abandoned you. And looking back, I think all these kind of thoughts like, oh my god, like, oh god, how could you, like, what the hell, like you did. It's crazy. It's crazy. And I needed to hear it from your mouth,
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
So I'm
yeah.
just glad everybody, whoever received it, receives it. If you watch Iyanla, and of course everybody watches for different reasons, but um, whoever received, encouragement, or some insight, or made you take a look at maybe your situations or people you love situations, and um, it's worth it. It really is worth it to deal with your demons, or so to speak, or your pain walls, and really like assess stuff. It's the only way to really get like freedom and be
Yeah.
at peace. Because then you can have acceptance, and you don't put so much expectation on other people. You are accountable, and you accountable for how you treat yourself and others. And so the level of expectation then is curtailed, because you are self sufficient, like you have enough to stand and be okay, and not expect so much from other people. You know what I'm saying? And if you do your work, and the rest is just having supportive people that are going to love you in truth, love you enough to tell you when you're on your bullshit, when you're looking ugly, or when you're being ugly, or when you're not taking care of yourself. That is when you'll start to have and love enough. When you love yourself enough, you begin to have people around you. You're not going to allow anybody to treat you any less than what you're giving, to yourself. And don't ever don't stop being the smartest person in the room. Like that's what I learned too, emotionally, mentally, or otherwise. Don't. That's just not a good look. Like my wife,
Definitely.
Therese asked me the other day. She's like, "What would you tell your younger self?" And I was like, I said some off the cuff stuff because something she said got made me irritated like a little bit. I was like, whatever. Like she was challenging me on some stuff, and I was like, you know what? I would tell that that 19-year-old, don't be the young, right? I said, don't be the youngest one in the room. Don't be the smart, slow down, low down, and don't be the smartest person in the room. Surround yourself with people that are gonna, call you. And not saying that call you higher, right? And not that people didn't, but I couldn't hear. Or when I did hear, it computed and tucked itself in probably in the same place the pain and the trauma went. You know what I mean? And like now I could reflect back, you know. But we all right, kiddo. We're gonna be okay.
Yeah.
Love you, Kimmy kids.
Look at this
Love
one.
you too.
Look, she looking at you. She said, "That's hilarious." So I love you, and yes, her father and I did co-parent. Yes, we did. Kimmy, I think a lot of her pain was, definitely distorted a lot of her recall. I'm not gonna say everything, but I was the adult. I remember, I know what age she was when she came to live with me exactly. I know, those are
No,
the
yeah,
certain. You said
I
10,
was
it was,
nine,
you were
right?
7. You were
I
7.
was 7?
Yeah, you
No,
were in 4th grade.
I was 8
You
or
were
9.
really? That's where you going?
But I don't know why I said 10
Yeah, I was like,
on the
she wasn't
show.
10. Yeah. Her dad and I did co-parent. Yes. We remain friends, and we've known each other for a long time. Love him dearly. We actually did decent, as far as the maturity level of, not being silly with, he had other, children, and Kemi was second of his children. And then he, had, other children as well after. And, we did the best we could with what we had. And we made it work, to the best of our ability. What you think, Kemi? Did we do it?
No, you guys did well. I think you guys did well. I think the hardest thing was just the instability. That was probably
Yeah,
the hardest.
yeah,
And just not having like that consistent presence pretty much
definitely.
both of
Mhm,
you. I
mhm,
think you guys were there like it
mhm.
and especially with daddy, when he was there it was like he was there.
Right,
you know. So
right.
I appreciate that.
People keep asking how's the relationship now.
Oh, because I can't read. You got to kind of tell me. So thank you, thanks, babe. Some people are asking how's the relationship now. So
Yeah, definitely.
I'll let you answer that first.
Yeah. Um, I think, we're no, like we're still, for me, and I think that's why I had repeated at the end of the show, I was like, okay, at my pace. Not feeling like the pressure to like cause I'm always like, okay, I'm always trying to live up to other people's expectations and especially yours and what you want out of our relationship. I'm like, okay, like what is she trying to get at it? What is she trying to get out of me kind of thing. So it's
Hmm.
like, and I think that's kind of where in recent years, that's probably what you were saying, like keeping you at arm's length, because, but,
Hmm.
um, I, I feel like now, like I feel like our conversations can just go deeper. I feel like we're at a place where we're just starting to we're really just trying to get to know each other and invest in our relationship. And um, it's not like there's still awkwardness. And there's still like the uncertainty, um and there's still that some of the guardedness, but overall I feel like like those walls are getting broken down, and I'm just starting to feel like way more comfortable. Um, like when you were here the last time you were here, I was like, sometimes when you come to visit, I'm like, oh Lord, I'm like kind of
Wow.
nervous, but
Dang.
but no, but like like the last time you were here, I'm like, oh, that was awesome. Like I had a great time with my mom,
Me
and
too.
I just just starting to feel like and I think it's because you're present now, and I'm just starting really to see you for you,
Hmm.
so
Me too.
that's they just helping, so
Hmm. As
yeah.
I yeah, I'm sorry. Can I have the floor? Are you done or no?
Oh yeah, I'm done.
Oh,
Did having to share
wait,
more with the
wait.
world make your relationship when you were a child more difficult?
I'll leave a date. Let me just say what I want to say. For me, letting go now. I'm feeling that we're getting to know each other as women, two women, and I'm letting go of the 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 need. Like I'm letting go of the dream of being able to be mommy. Like that's absolutely insanely unrealistic and unfair. Like, you know what I mean? And I had to mourn that. You know what I'm saying? So now that I've done that, I've accepted that. That is it's easier to now that I know myself way better. Um, I'm who I am. I'm just being me and really trying to just not feel like hyper sensitive. Like, oh my gosh, she's gonna think. I'm just you know I walk, I think differently. You're a grown up, you make your own decisions. All I can do is listen and be here if you need me and make a suggestion. And now I ask if I can tell you what I think. You do mind if I tell you what I think? Like, hey, or, well, maybe, like just really kind of just sharing my experience and things that I know because of the holes that I stepped in with you, sharing things with you based on my experiences, things that you don't have to step in every hole that I've stepped in. And if I can help you not
Mhm.
step in a hole, I'm absolutely gonna, say, well, babe, did you ever think about this? Or are you okay? You want to talk? And I don't push, and it's, I hope you feel like it's way more relaxed because it is,
Yeah, yeah, I do
yeah,
feel that way actually. Mhm.
I'm glad. I'm learning you. I'm getting to know you as well. And I
Mhm.
like it. I think we're gonna be just fine.
Yeah.
So somebody asked what? About they're probably still on though. But that we just wanted to get on with you guys and say, hey guys, thank you everybody for joining. What's up, Nelly Nell? Your father's on. He hiding. What's up, Nelly?
I didn't even know he had
Nell.
an Instagram.
I mean,
Daddy has
well,
an
he's probably
Instagram?
watching on Lisa's. What up?
Okay. Okay,
Yeah, he's probably
okay.
watching on Lisa's. Um,
Cool.
but we all right, man. It's gonna be all to the good, man.
Yeah, definitely.
um, I just wanted to, I wanted, I asked Kimmy, yo, you want to do the live and just kind of like talk to people and answer some questions, just share beyond like what they saw because there was a lot more to it and just kind of, just kind of kick it and just kind of really check in with each other. And
Mm.
yeah, that's it. I'm thankful. Thank you, baby. Thank you for being willing to take the journey and heal up. That's all I could
Yes,
ask for,
of
right?
course, of course.
Because we both need it. Like we both need it.
Yeah,
I need you. I'm gonna speak for
yeah,
myself. I need you. I want you. You know, I
yeah,
want the relationship. Yeah,
yeah. And it doesn't end here. It didn't start here and it didn't end. It's not gonna end here.
it's not absolutely not. This
Yeah,
is just only it can't get better, nothing but better from here. So
yeah.
you know, I love you, and
Cool.
thanks everybody for tuning in and checking in and hanging out with us. And the baby sleep.
Yes, they're sweet.
You're not in the same room, huh?
Huh?
You're not
As
in the
them?
same room with them. Yeah.
No, they have their own rooms.
I know. Well, I know they have their own room. Saying like Gabriel's not there. Like they know he's not
Oh
there.
no,
Oh,
no, he goes to sleep with everybody else now.
oh, hey man, that's what I'm saying.
No, that's
He's like he
true.
goes down with everybody else.
But
Night
baby,
night, Gaby. Night night, Gaby. He's like, oh, he's over. He's almost one. He's like, he's gonna be
Yes,
one on the
yes,
26th. Oh
yes,
my
yes,
gosh, that's
yes.
crazy.
That's
I will
crazy.
let's do a video tomorrow so I can see them and say hey and all that stuff. Thank you guys.
Alrighty.
I love you, babe. Bye, Nelly
Okay,
Nell.
love
Bye,
you too.
Lisa. Bye, everybody that I know and love. Z. I'm gonna let you go, Kimmy. Okay. I love you.
Alrighty.
Bye, boo boo.
Bye. Love you too.
Thank you, everybody. All my folks. Hey, Shannon, Saya. I can't read everything, but I will. We did this in January, so it's almost a year ago. Just thanks for tuning in, and yeah, just hope whatever you got, and you move, do something with it, because it's great to be in the process of taking care of yourself and healing. It really is. I'm learning myself in ways, man. I'm like, when they call it work, it's work. It really is work, but it's worth it. I just want to thank everybody for the encouragement and the well wishes and the prayers. That's amazing. Thank you. Yeah, I am proud of her, and I'm proud of myself too. I am. Um,
so Brandon, I'm asleep.
Brandon, Brandon, I'm asleep. I love you, Brandon. I love you, Z. I love you, Loretta. I love you, Lisa, Nelson. All my peoples, just everybody that's on here. With Marishka. Hey, Jaya. Oh my gosh.
Shannon.
I said Shannon. She was the first one I said. Hey, Shannon. Kitty. Thanks. Thanks. Thanks, Kitty. Letitia, Honey Secret, Simply So. I can't get to everybody, but this is who I see right now. Les Warner, Miss Monet, just to name a few. Hairlocks, Arlette, I love you. You're awesome. Hey, Mark, Savoy, Mark, Ulysses. Just thanks, guys. All right. So get to working. Once you know better, you got to do better, man. That's it. Peace.